on the wall. Who is the fairest of them all? Take a look in a mirror. It's you, right? Or is it? Look again. Well, your hair is parted on the wrong side, for one thing, and your left side is now your right. It looks like you, but is it still you? Or is it your opposite? And what exactly is the opposite of you? And do you really want to know?
You're listening to Hello Shite, the world's premier shite podcast.
Howdy listeners, and welcome to Hello Shite, the bad culture podcast, in which we'll be trying to polish culture's biggest turds. Or, if we can't do that, at least spray them liberally with Febreze mist and present them in a slightly jaunty hat. My name is E.O. Higgins, and I'm joined, as always, by the fan-dancing giant space hand and red-titted expendable that is Mr. Mark Green.
Hailing frequencies open, Captain Burke.
Nice.
News.
Amazing. It sounds like the Pearl and Dean theme tune sung by a chicken.
Thanks, mate.
Well
Thanks.
done.
I actually spent weeks rehearsing that.
Yeah, that's very good. I know, I was here for most of it. Right. Hello and welcome to the pre-section, or post-section if you prefer. The business end of Hello Shite.
But at the beginning.
Yeah. Where we deign to meet the public, appalling though it is. We've got quite a lot to get through this month.
Can I just say how happy I am that you do this stuff and I don't?
Anyway, we've got Lucy Pointer, who's written to us and asked us if we would review Nightmare.
Oh, well, you mean the classic TV kids show?
That's right, the CITV fantasy show from the 80s and 90s.
I do really like that.
What do you remember about that one?
Well, yeah, one lad in a helmet sent off by his mates.
That's right.
Left a bit, right a bit, left a bit, right a bit.
Yeah.
And the occasional, I'd say, Z-list actor turning up in the middle of it.
I think that's generous. I'm not sure they were actors. I remember... Welcome, watchers, to the castle of confusion.
Oh, they had the guy with the beard.
Trigger.
Yeah.
And that slightly gimpy little blonde fella he had next to him.
That sounds like Alan Jones.
The classic line, Enter Strangers. Which isn't what you get away with on children's television now, I don't think. Okay, we also had Toby Martin Hughes has asked us, will we review Top Gear? How do you feel about that,
now, original Top Gear, maybe, but it's a bit dry.
Oh, are we talking about, when you mean original, do you mean like 80s?
Yeah, I think 80s, Noel Edmonds and things like that.
Oh, well, I didn't even know that was a thing then.
Oh, there we go, Noel Edmonds.
How long has Top Gear been going on?
Absolutely ages.
Oh,
Noel Edmonds, I think, might have been the first to introduce it.
Oh.
It was pretty awful.
I remember that slick back hair guy. What was his name?
Oh, Lord Quinton Wilson.
Yeah.
I don't think he was quite a lord, but he was very posh.
I understand that Top Gear is very popular in some circles.
Yeah, well, the thing is, we can't...
Wonder if those circles may be in hell. I won't be watching that anytime soon. Sorry, Toby.
You see, the only problem is, we keep asking people to suggest stuff. We've not once reviewed anything anyone wants. So what?
You just don't understand the system we're working.
So, really, what is the point of asking? I've got to ask.
We'll do one.
Yeah,
I mean, there's some good stuff come through this week. Ian Banks got in touch with us this week.
It's not like the famous author.
No, not him, because he's dead.
Oh.
So, not him.
So he's contacted us via a medium or something?
Yeah, Rusty got in touch. Got in contact with us via the Twitters. And he sent me a clip of the 1968 film Terror in the Jungle.
Like it already?
Yeah, it looks pretty good, that one.
Yeah.
I've never
heard of that.
I assumed with the title like that I'd have already seen it, but I haven't.
No.
So I will look into that for next time.
Okay. Well.
It does look pretty good. It's got an impressive 3 out of 10 on IMDb.
That's right, we're in our territory then.
No stars. We've got Claire Rowe has written to us.
She writes in every week, right?
She's pretty good.
Yeah.
She's via the Facebooks and told us to review a Neil Morrissey adult panto she'd seen on YouTube. Jack and the Beanstalk.
Okay.
Now I've got to say, I watched this.
Yeah, you probably
because
quite liked it.
I thought this is I have a history with Neil Morrissey that it means I don't like him very much, and also there were proper people in it, not just Neil Morrissey.
Yeah.
So, like,
Jim Davidson?
No, you're thinking of Babes in the Woods.
Oh, okay, sorry, yeah.
Or Cinderella with this, yeah. Not that. And finally, our old friend, the Hounds of Tsar, has tweeted us again. Remember him?
Yeah, I don't remember him. I don't remember him directly because I still wouldn't approach someone called the Hounds of Tsar.
Well, anyway, he's back. He's very nice to us, and he's recommended a film called Strike Commando from 1987.
That's good because I am Commando this evening.
That's excellent. Thanks for that. Starring the top box office draw from that year, after Steve Guttenberg, obviously. Yeah. Reb Brown.
Who?
I don't know who that is either.
No.
But anyway, I've looked at it. It looks like a poor man's Commando. Strike Commando.
Yeah,
it's about some guy who's still in the jungle after Vietnam.
Do you know what? I think I'd be happy if that had been like a set up north somewhere where it was Strike Commando and he'd gone on strike.
Well, it isn't.
Tools down.
Starring Reb Brown.
Union Rep.
Right, lads. Tools down.
Tools down, lads. Tools down. No commanding this evening.
Right, and finally, you've got the winner for our last month's cynical competition.
Yeah, it's basically grab some attention for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, they win, we win.
Yeah.
You have won this week. Ross London!
Ross London?
Yeah.
He sounds good. And finally, Mark, I understand you had a birthday this week.
Well, much to the press's delight, yes. Yes, I did have. I had a significant birthday. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we don't need to know how old you are. So
no.
Suffice to say, you're a relic.
Thanks.
Anyway, no one leaves this show empty-handed, as you know, Mark.
Oh, really?
And I've got you a little gift.
Could you please put your trousers back up?
No. You're going to love this.
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah,
it's not the first gift I've ever had from you.
Wait for it. Beautifully wrapped, as always.
Hail and Pace!
Yeah.
Oh, now you're talking.
I think that's a complete first series.
Oh, wow, thank you very much.
Yeah, it's got all the best gags in there.
It has.
No filler material. All
killer,
no filler.
And I finally got a shout out to my friend Noah, Axon Saunders. Yes, he is posh.
Right.
He lives in the St Albans.
Right.
And I thought I'd give him a shout out this week.
What's that for?
Well, he started to listen to our show. In his words, it was not as bad as he thought it was going to be.
Oh, that's nice.
Which I think is an encouraging review.
Well, he's only met you.
Yeah,
so
sure.
It was gonna start, the bar was low. So,
yeah, true.
As soon as I turned up, he was like, "Who's this guy?" I mean, Mark's clearly the dead wood here.
Yeah.
But,
Who's the velvet in my ears?
That's it. The Velvet Roger Moore. Right. Anyway, shall we get on?
Yes.
You want to tell the lovely people at home? They might not be at home. Right? But the people who are listening to this, would you like to tell them what we're doing this week?
Yeah, so this week it is Star Trek, the original series, and it's an episode, I believe it's Series 2, Episode 4 or 5.
Yep.
Anyway, I think it's that. Anyway,
my notes aren't that specific. You come up with some very odd detailing.
I know.
You're sort of OCD man. Right, okay, good, all right.
And it's the episode called Mirror, Mirror.
Hello Shite. They watch this drivel so that you don't have to.
It begins on an unconvincing grassy heath with Captain James Tiberius Kirk failing to persuade the Halcyon Council, that is, 3 blokes in dresses with snooker chalk on their foreheads,
yes.
to allow the Federation to mine dilithium crystals on their planet. Denied, the Halcyons throw some shade at the human race for its violent past. Kirk laughs, pointing out that was like last week and shit, and now we're great.
Yeah.
The Halcyon leader points out that the Enterprise could just take the dilithium by force if they wanted to. Ah, counters Kirk, but we won't. In your face, you sanctimonious alien prick!
Well, yeah, no, you've made a decision about the human race, and actually we're much better than that.
Yeah.
What I like about this as well is Lieutenant Uhura as well has got a leg.
Yeah.
Perched up on the raised section.
On the raised area.
Yeah.
Isn't that where E17 did their nightclub gig?
Yeah, I think it might have been, the raised area. Yeah. Yeah, obviously she was giving the Hawkins a very good eye of what's going on there, I think it's fair to say. I didn't know she had red pants or not.
Alright.
So Mark's Dick Tally this week.
Is it a weak tally?
It's a weak tally, yeah.
You got to see some crop tops though. So that's nice.
Yeah, that's later on though, isn't it? To be fair, but you're right.
So with that, Kirk swaggers off, and along with the rest of the landing party, Chief Medical Officer Dr. Bones McCoy, Chief Engineer Scotty Scott, and Communications...
It's Montgomery Scott.
Yeah, but he's called Scotty.
Oh, okay, right.
And Communications Officer not cool enough to have a nickname, Uhura.
Yeah.
Where's her nickname?
She's got a first name, but I can't pronounce it as well.
No, is she? Okay,
Yeah. And also at this stage as well, Ed, there's the Ion Storm happening
The
in the
Ion
background.
Storm.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
correct. What
Which
does an
I think-
Ion Storm look like, Mark?
Well, it looks like some guy pushing up and down on a light fader to get a light effect going on there.
A bit like an unconvincing storm, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. I've got to say though, as opposed to last week's episode that was a lot later, this was 68, Doctor Who was what, 72, 73?
Yeah.
I must say there's a lot more money spent on this.
Yeah, it's
really
all up
is.
there on screen, isn't it?
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah.
But where's the frills?
Yes, literally, where were the frills?
So it seems like an unusually senior team to assemble for an away mission that mainly involves standing around on a grassy knoll. Presumably, if there was an emergency on the Enterprise, it'd be fairly inconvenient not having the captain, doctor, chief engineer, and the only person that knows how to work the communication system on the ship.
Yeah.
But as we know,
Yeah.
Kirk is a maverick, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, yeah. He's probably not even thought about it.
You.
You'll do. Yeah.
As the away team attempt to beam back to the ship, lightning suddenly flashes. And as we know, ion storms are like that.
Yeah.
A bit like lightning.
They tend to behave like that as
Yeah,
well. Yeah.
very similar. At which point, First Officer Spock, standing on the ship's bridge, explains that they're having trouble locking onto their coordinates. Sounds bad.
Yeah.
And this is due to the standard ion storm.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
There's obviously different categorisations of Ion Storm
Yeah.
for different purposes for narrative telling.
Well, considering what happens, this is not that standard, is it?
No, not really.
They seem slightly surprised by the outcome of the ion storm.
Absolutely.
There's a standard ion storm affecting the planet, and they should beam up immediately.
Yes.
Doesn't
he say, "Are you not getting a rough ride up there?"
Wow.
And I think he says, "Yes, Captain."
But they were trying to beam up anyway, so
Yeah.
anyway, never mind.
Yeah.
We cut to the Enterprise transporter room and watch a worried-looking transporter chief attempting to beam them aboard. Which he does a pretty ham-fisted job of it, considering it involves just pushing a single fader up.
Yeah, pretty much like our mixing desk.
I mean,
Really.
I've seen you at work, and you do a better job than him.
Oh, well, every now and again I've made you disappear in error. You've just been transported somewhere. And then
My outfit's changed.
Yes. You're suddenly in a crop top.
My tits usually out like this.
Yeah.
Alright, but these ion storms can be buggers, as you know, Mark.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So
I've seen Claire Nazir on ITV Weather have a lot of trouble with these.
Got to be a lot of people disappearing off the parallel universes
Yeah,
tonight.
exactly. Yeah.
Please don't use your transporters. Just then, Spock enters the room, and phew, the away team are finally beamed aboard.
Yeah. Can I just ask that, has Spock got some kind of liver issue?
No, he's got green blood, Mark,
Yeah.
obviously.
But wouldn't he be green then?
Well, you've got red blood. Are you red? Oh, actually, I am red.
You're very red in the face.
Oh, I'm drinking red wine. And I'm Irish. Shit, it's a triple whammy of effects. However, the transporter malfunction has caused Kirk and the gang to materialise aboard a slightly unfamiliar Enterprise.
Yeah, so they turn up in a parallel universe at this stage,
do.
don't they? Yeah. Luckily, they're on the Enterprise, but a different one. Oh, and there's a brilliant bit of editing here, just to prove something's changed as well. Enterprise goes left, Enterprise goes right, Enterprise goes left.
Mirror
Enterprise goes
universe.
Right. Yeah. Which one's it landing on?
Yeah, it's good. I like that. The group only realises something's up when they walk off the transporter pad and realise that their uniforms are suddenly 80% more jazzy.
Yes. And in Uhura's case as well, at least 25% sluttier.
Yeah, she's looking good. Indeed, Captain Kirk is now togged up in a gold wife beater.
Yes, it looks lovely, doesn't it?
And Uhura's all dolled up like some kind of Basingstoke skank.
She looks like she's going out clubbing for the night.
Doesn't look happy about it.
No, interesting enough. So Star Trek is very much this thing that's held as this, women are treated equally. There's the first interracial kiss.
Yeah.
First opportunity they've got to slut the women up, they do it.
Well, that's because it's an evil universe. Not like our lovely progressive universe.
Yeah, fair enough.
Women only wear tiny skirts.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's quite respectful.
So when I go out to a club in Essex, then, is that an evil universe?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, it must be.
Well,
yeah.
it's probably E17 just turned up on a raised area. And started
yeah.
First off is a Spock, who's suddenly sporting a goatee beard.
Goatee!
The hallmark of a bastard.
Yeah.
Eyes them suspiciously, and asks Kirk what the situation is. Kirk quickly covers he's a master of subterfuge, as we know, with no change.
Nothing going on here, mate.
Yeah.
Well, there's also that giveaway as well when they give it the beat of the chest and the arm out everywhere.
Yeah.
Not a very efficient system when you think about it, because when he's walking down the corridor when he comes out of this, everyone's doing the same thing. It must take him 2 hours.
Someone's going to get punched out. It's going to be like, right, turn Clyde. Anyway.
It's an emergency on the deck. You know, they need to get somewhere quickly. He's got to go around. Right, you, next, go. Okay, you
We
too.
haven't got the space for this.
Yes.
The sets aren't that big.
Yeah.
What he says, no change. To which evil beardy Spock orders the bridge crew to prepare a phaser barrage on the Hulken homeworld in retaliation for their refusal to cooperate. That didn't work out that well then.
No, well, not in our universe, it didn't. No. Interestingly enough, though, I mean, it's very much the Dalek solution to the problem, really, isn't it? You know, tell it your plans, blow it up, as I think as you said last week.
Why are they, if they're so evil, why are they down there anyway?
Well, what's the point of the negotiation purpose of it?
Hi guys, are you going to negotiate with us? Well, probably not, because you're murderous.
Are you going to bow to the Empire?
Right, see you then.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks.
Well, we tried.
Yeah.
Don't know why we bothered. Well, anyway, never mind.
And also at this stage as well, there's the incompetent transporter technician as well. I forget the name of the device. He pops off his chest.
Then Spock, in an effort to firm up his evil credentials still further, just in case his proposed genocide and goatee beard wasn't enough, turns around to Kyle.
Oh, it's Kyle, right?
Kyle.
Yeah. He's got a name.
He's got a name.
Wow.
Yeah. The transporter chief, and uses his agonizer device on him for some largely unexplained misdemeanour.
Yeah. What about if he was that incompetent, if he got his agonizer that day?
Having the agonizer.
I didn't bring it, sir.
I left it on the bureau.
Didn't bring it this morning, sir. I must admit, I have worked in places that slightly better, or slightly worse standards than this in terms of, staff relations.
Okay. Spock plants the agonizer on Carl's tit, and then some electric noises happen.
Yeah. And
he collapses. And now Kirk, if you watch it,
yeah.
I'm assuming Kirk's supposed to be looking like he's shocked. Or,
yeah. Uhura does it very well in this scene.
Yeah.
Actually.
She's
looks
good.
Really
no,
shocked.
she's good.
Because she turns away.
Because Kirk just looks slightly aroused. He just...
Oh, yeah. Go on, get some
Go
of that
on, get
action.
it, Spock. I don't get this in my normal universe.
Yeah. Let's give me one of those agonizers. It's like a crotch.
Oh, no, bloody universe full of snowflakes. This is perfect. I'm still captain.
Yeah.
Sweet. So here's the factoids, people. In the parallel universe, the USS Enterprise is called the Imperial Starship Enterprise, and the peaceful Federation of Planets has been replaced by the brutal Terran Empire.
Oh, okay.
Officers ascend rank by assassinating their superiors, which seems like a bit of a weak system, really, because it's going to end up with a bloke that mops the turbo lifts, running everything.
Yeah.
Sidearms are standard issue on all uniforms, and the senior officers routinely torture subordinates.
Yes.
But more worryingly, terrible facial hair has become standard for all Vulcans.
You're listening to Hello Shite. Isn't there something better you could be doing?
Kirk orders the landing party to sickbay on the pretense they must check themselves out.
Yeah, it was a bit of a bumpy iron
It was a
storm.
bit of a bumpy iron storm, yeah. So that's what they're using as a cover.
Yeah.
And certainly Uhura's outfit is worthy of further scrutiny.
Yes, I think so.
In conference, they work out the ion storm must have opened a barrier between two parallel universes, obviously, and the two landing parties have switched places. Although apparently their clothes have made the journey, which seems like an unlikely contingency.
And weirdly enough, on McCoy, so McCoy works out they're in the same place almost, because I burnt some...
What was that about?
I spilled some acid on the desk.
That bit was never explained. There's a thing in filmmaking called Chekhov's gun, where you're supposed to... Everything's supposed to... that you reference is supposed to make some sort... Not Chekhov in Star Trek.
Yeah, I get that.
everything's supposed to mean something. And I thought, oh, right, what's that? What does that mean?
Maybe they come back to that later. It's significant. Yeah. Nothing.
Oh, this acid stain.
Yeah.
What about the acid stain?
But like I said, there's lots of dubious powders around the place as well. He looks very much like he's a yuppie of the day. There's loads of powder everywhere, loads of bottles of fluid.
Lieutenant George Osborne is coming in.
Yeah.
I don't know, it was odd, wasn't it? It didn't really make any sense. I'm
glad
you picked up on that.
Yeah,
I was thinking, well, that's going to come into play later.
Yeah, it made no sense.
Yeah, it made no sense.
And I just like the way as well that they just get to this point where they go, oh, it's parallel universe. All accept it as if it's not a problem.
Yeah.
Sure, there's one or several options potentially.
Am I on drugs? Yeah. Is that a more likely?
Am I dead?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure I'd go with the parallel.
They also talk to the computer as well, don't they?
Yeah. The computer says yes. That is a possibility. Okay.
Yeah.
Really? Can an ion storm pull me through to a parallel universe? Well, there's no precedent for this, but I guess.
I don't know. Yeah, go on then.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Normally that would just be Spock's job to point out that kind of thing.
Yeah, but he didn't make the cut to the landing party this time.
Kirk mentions Spock's beard for the first time.
Yes.
For whatever reason, it seems that his beard has got really on Kirk's tits. Figuratively speaking. He's absolutely fuming about the beard. What's he got a beard for? A beard! And then when we cut later, well, I'm getting ahead of myself, but the evil version of Kirk. Where's your beard? Where's the beard comes up again?
Yeah.
God, the beard.
Yeah.
Beard riles. Really riles.
There's no continuity there of beardage.
Yeah. There's a real problem. The crew decide to impersonate their counterparts until they can work out a way to get home.
Yes. And
Scotty is sent down to the engineering bay to sabotage the ship's phasers so they can't kill the Hawkins. So is in this other parallel world, is Scotty not in charge of?
No, he is.
Oh, he is.
He's still in charge of that, but there's so much security around that he can't do much anyway.
Okay. Well, even with the captain's orders?
Well, he tries to do it later on, doesn't he? He tries to...
Have you got Lieutenant Sulu's...
Yeah.
Aren't I the same rank as Lieutenant Sulu and run the engineering?
Have you not got Form 25B to enter this room? No, I haven't. Off you go, mate.
No, that bit was a bit confusing.
Yeah, that was a little bit odd.
Anyway, meanwhile, Kirk heads to the bridge in his jaunty gold singlet and turns upon exiting the turbo lift, is met by a succession of Nazi salutes from some brilliantine-haired fat blokes in red shirts.
Yes. I love those salutes.
I love their hair.
Yeah, do you have to do that every time I come in the room?
Oh, it's getting tiresome
now.
Uhura tells Kirk that his orders are, in the unlikely event the Hulkans don't immediately submit to having their natural resources plundered, is to kill everyone.
Yes. Well, he basically says to her to get to that point, what are the options available to you? There's only one.
Yeah.
Blow it up.
I think he knew that.
I think yes.
That was going to be fairly obvious.
Option 1, blow them up. Option 2, fit them all little beards.
Get the ladies to wear less clothes and kill everyone else. That's the plan. That's always the plan. It works. It works, damn it.
Yeah. Well, it's very much, as Spock says later, it's pretty much standard procedure in all these situations. If they don't agree with the Empire, gone.
Playing for time, Kirk opens the comm channel and tells the Halkans that they have 12 hours.
Let's back up a little bit here. So, before Kirk arrives on the bridge as well, Ed, let's not forget Uhura had been sent up earlier to work out a few bits and bobs, and he has to, so he sends Uhura off. I can't say that word very well. Uhura. Yeah. And, she needs a bit of a confidence boost.
Yeah.
You've dressed quite sexy.
That's right.
Yeah.
She was looking a bit scared.
Yes.
And rightly so.
She needed some masculine help to get around the problem.
And so he just sent her off on her own.
Pretty much,
like the hero he is.
Just go and meet everyone in the bridge. It's likely
You've got to sort this out.
Yeah.
I'm going for a shit.
Yeah. I've got to look at myself in the mirror for 20 minutes. I love this gold top.
really brings out my bicep.
Yes.
Can you see the girdle? Can you?
And because she's on the bridge by herself, evil Sulu sees the opportunity to chat her up a little bit. And he basically says, well, but, it's okay, I can get away with it. The captain's not here at the moment.
Yeah.
Luckily, he arrives to save her.
But isn't she? She's a lieutenant, though, isn't she?
Yeah, but I think if you're a woman on there, you're pretty much used for sex, and that's it.
Fair enough. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know why they bother giving them the rank then.
Well,
You are promoted to
Lieutenant
sexual
Sex.
lieutenant.
I'm Commander Sex.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, so it gives the Hawkons 12 hours.
Yep, 12 hours. They've got 12 hours, or the planet will be destroyed.
And Spock's not very happy with this.
No,
'cause
he's not.
He doesn't apply standard procedure here, does it?
He does not. And this is a complete dereliction of his orders. And
Yeah.
Spock tells him that he'll have to report this to evil Starfleet.
He will
Which
do.
is still called Starfleet. Though.
Yeah. You see in the background, Chekhov gets into the
He
transporter.
pushes two red buttons.
That's right. Yeah, oh, that's it.
That's the
Yeah.
the control
Amazing.
alt delete of its time.
What's amazing about those buttons as well is how they know which button does what, because there's no clear labelling of what
Yeah.
button does, you know.
So he heads off. He gets into the turbo lift with Kirk. Kirk's not thinking, this is a bit weird.
Yeah.
Why you just walked off from your
Yeah.
desk? I'm captain. I'm allowed to go off for another extra shit.
He's got that kind of like bit of hair coming down as well to give that evil, like, ew, you know.
Normally he wears yellow. He's wearing red here. Or
Yeah, I think it's all different.
Yeah,
It's the
right.
evil universe.
But it's still everyone's the same. Even
Yeah,
though they've got the same. They've got a different system of promotion.
They've got
But
the same
all the
jobs.
same people
Got the same
have just
jobs.
not been killed.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Luckily enough.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That could be.
And have you noticed how none of the main characters, even though they're in the evil universe, actually die?
However, as he exits the turbo lift, he gets attacked. And I've written by Chekhov, but it isn't by Chekhov.
No,
is
he's
it?
sitting in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gets a slap in the face.
He
and
does.
Dry snap.
And then you get like a big blah
Yeah.
of a sound effect of the music in the background
It's
as
good,
well.
actually.
Thank you. Yes,
Yeah, no
thank
problem.
you.
But Chekhov's been spoiling for a rumble for some minutes now.
Yeah.
And then it's a bit of a fight to the death ensues.
Yeah.
Some full-on wig-on-wig action
Yes.
between Chekhov and Kirk.
I've got to say, obviously in the fight sequences as well, they take the sort of the camera position out a bit, so you can't tell it's the stuntmen doing it. It's really bad later on.
Not so bad here.
No,
it's all right.
Later on, it's awful.
I haven't even mentioned it here because it was all right. Yeah.
But luckily for Kirk, he's about to bite the bullet.
Yeah.
After a long speach.
Yeah. And Chekhov spending 10 minutes grinning menacingly.
Yes.
All right, mate. We get the point. You're an evil bastard.
But one of his colleagues, his crew members, or whatever you call it.
His lieutenants, I suppose.
Well, he's very much in the worker outfit, isn't he? He looks like
What is that outfit
guy.
about?
Yeah.
He's got out of the shower.
Yeah.
Fortunately for Kirk, one of Chekhov's dressing gown wearing henchmen betrays Chekhov and saves his life. Kirk's own bodyguards arrive and take Chekhov off to an agony booth.
Can you say that again? Take Chekhov off.
Chekhov off to an agony booth for punishment.
Yes. Luckily, there's one free.
Yeah. So what happens in an agony booth, Mark?
Well, I think it's you tell it your problems and it gives you some.
That's
really...
an agony aunt booth.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you confused it. I think it's just a small room where they just pipe in repeats of Mrs. Brown's Boys on loop.
That's pretty awful, mate. It could be worse, though. It could
What's
be
that?
Hello Shite and continuous loops.
Well, maybe that one we did about Hell's Angels.
You're listening to Hello Shite. Go home and rethink your life.
Scotty and McCoy meet Kirk in his quarters, and the computer confirms that Kirk's hypothesis that they've been magically transported to a mirror universe somehow is correct. The lads devise a procedure so they can return to their own universe, which, naturally enough, being gentlemen, involves using Uhura's skank outfit as a diversion.
This is very much the first version as well of Alexa, that
Yeah.
computer system.
Hello!
Have I been transported to a parallel universe? Yes, you have. Can you?
Brilliant!
Can you order me some tissues?
Can you play some Van Morrison?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm in that kind of mood.
Can you switch on the dog's treadmill? Also, as well, when they come into the room, McCoy sees something on Kirk's face.
Yeah.
Something unfamiliar to him. He's never seen before.
Right.
So the doctor of the Enterprise
Yeah.
asks Kirk what it is. What is it, Ed?
I don't know. I can't remember this bit, Mark.
It's blood.
Oh, blood. Oh, because he had a whack.
He had a whack on the lift, didn't he?
Of
Yeah.
course he did.
Yeah, but the doctor
He
doesn't
probably thinks that Kirk's been eating donuts.
Is that jam?
That's a bit embarrassing, mate.
He's got it all down his gold top as well.
Fuck off.
But like I say-
Who's captain here?
Yeah, exactly. But the doctor,
Yeah.
the doctor in the future doesn't know what blood looks like.
What's that?
Yeah, and then Kirk has to tell him it's blood. He tells him quite bluntly as well.
They're very hands off. It's just a pill for that in the future.
Yeah.
Kirk also learns in the Mirror universe that he took control of the ISS Enterprise by murdering Captain Christopher Pike.
Well, I've got a similar plan for you, Ed.
Really?
Yeah, so I can take over Hello Shite. I'm going to murder you as well.
I thought this was a joint enterprise.
Oh!
Hey! Come now.
That was even unscripted, Ed.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, occasionally I have to go off script.
Yeah, well,
For those zingers. Yeah.
but my plan is very much to off you at some stage, take over.
Off me sounds slightly weird, but
Yeah,
alright.
okay.
I thought I had to pay for more for that. Okay, that's good. Meanwhile, on board the USS Enterprise, Good Spock has worked out, that's beardless Good Spock, has worked out that the transporter has switched the landing party with their mirror universe counterparts in the Ion Storm. And they get to see the evil version of Kirk, who is basically a sort of feral version of Kirk, being utterly livid about Spock's lack of facial hair.
Yeah.
What uniform is this? Where's my personal guard? Where's your beard?
Where's my personal
What
woman?
madness is this?
Where's my personal woman as well?
Oh, I don't know. Why is Spock's beard on the list?
Yeah. Yes.
So, uniform's a bit odd.
Yeah.
Check. You might see that as you come in.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
alright, fair enough. Where's my personal guard? Presumably he's used to having his personal guard
Yeah.
for safety. That's not there. Spock's beard? Maybe... I mean, I suppose if it's gone the other way, you might think... I don't know, you might think... What's happened to your beard? I shaved it off this morning, obviously.
Well, while you were down there, I'd gone for a new look.
Alright.
Yeah.
That explains that then.
Yeah.
I thought of that.
And to be honest with you, who's going to notice Captain Kirk hitting on women
Yeah.
in a slightly grotty way? I mean, there's no difference really.
Back on the ISS Enterprise, Scotty and McCoy secretly work to rig the warp engines and transporter to get their landing party home.
Yeah. Isn't there a timeline here as well? Like they've got to do it in the next 30 minutes.
Obviously. Otherwise,
Exactly.
it would be no sense of impending doom then if they had loads of time.
Yeah.
Kirk struts down the corridor, displaying the full extent of his gilded paunch, and also, for the first time, shows off his attractive fish wader style boots.
Yes, they're lovely, aren't they? Yeah. Over the knee.
Lovely. They are evil in that world. Turning a corner, he suddenly spots Chekhov inside the agony booth.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Which is basically a shower cubicle with a 3-bar fire stuck behind it.
Yes. We're going to turn it up to 3 and cook him.
And releases him from his hammy torment.
Yeah.
As Kirk enters his sweaty lodgings, he is shocked to discover Lieutenant Marlena Monroe
Oh, yes.
wearing an attractive blue version of Uhura's slutty outfit,
Yes.
sprawled across his bed.
That's just
I'd be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not figuring out where there's a problem with this universe for
No.
Kirk. I mean, he must have a different woman every night anyway, right? You know, it's just normal for him.
I get to be Donald Trump with impunity. I think if I know Jim Kirk, that's pretty much his dream.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, we can't get back. We can't get back.
It's
Well, we can.
awful.
We definitely can.
It's
Fuck
awful.
off. We can't.
But he's also got no qualms about sort of effectively. He's got this sexy lady there. He's not. He is a gentleman to a degree, isn't he? But he's quite happy to sort of kiss her face off at some stage, you know. Just to maintain the pretense, you know.
God. Again, more bloody heroes.
Yeah.
The men we talk about on this show
I
are
know.
always heroes.
Yeah,
aren't
exactly. Yeah.
they? Always just doing stuff for ladies. So Kirk Enders, and she is, in fairness, a stone cold fox.
Yes.
And
Very
she
massive hair.
even manages to make the fishing wader look
Yes.
look reasonable.
She does. Yes, she does.
As Kirk and his lady friend, who he's never met, get down to seductively quaffing some serious green stuff,
yes.
Spock interrupts to inform Kirk that Starfleet Command has ordered him to kill Kirk and take command unless Kirk annihilates the Halcons within 4 hours.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Again, I've had similar jobs.
Clearly, getting annihilated is the order of the day in this scene.
I think also as well we see the bond now between Kirk and Spock. That in any universe, they're mates.
Well, I think it's more than mates. Just saying.
Possibly. Although he's saying that very minimum.
That's why he's so prepossessed with the beard.
Yeah. It's going to itch.
Oh, I thought he'd like it.
Yeah, well, it's something to hang on to.
A bit more like a 60s lady. Yeah.
Nice.
Marlena tells Kirk that he'll obviously want to activate the Tantalus field.
Is that some kind of sex toy they use?
It might be.
Yeah.
It's in the bedroom, certainly.
Yeah, I did wonder.
Yeah.
This is the thing with the massive screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get to see some more of Kirk's amazing subterfuge here. He brilliantly deals with this one by looking slightly confused and saying, "Yes."
Let's have that then. Yeah, nice.
Solid work, my friend.
Yeah,
like that.
And this tantalizer field is something they've acquired. He's acquired from an alien race somewhere along the way, isn't it? Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And effectively, you can see anything.
Yeah. Without putting any coordinates in.
Yeah. It just randomly looks at the right thing at the right moment.
And then you get to destroy a thing.
Yeah. It's very much like mirror on the wall. You know.
Oh, mirror.
Yeah. See. Yeah.
Oh, is that? I didn't even. Maybe. Oh, I don't know.
God,
you're streets ahead of me, my friend. Marlena explains that she hates the weapon. Oh, she hates it. She hates it. That's why she's desperately trying to use it.
Yeah.
Constantly throughout this thing.
Yeah.
On Spock.
Yeah.
Who's sitting at his desk.
He doesn't do
rubbing
much, does he?
rubbing his beard.
I kind of think, Ed, if your wife had the tantalizer and she switched it on at some stage, she might find you doing something else.
The tantalizer she does have. The Tantalus field she does not.
What's Ed doing in that room by himself? Oh my God!
My tantalizer! Put that under the tap when you're finished with it.
The thing is, though, she could spy on you. You know, you'd be like, Ed, are you doing the washing up? Yes, darling. I'm looking at the tantalizer field and you're not. She'll get the agonizer out.
Oh, she gets the agonizer out, my friends. As she goes to use it, Kirk pulls her hand away. Oh. Probably towards his penis, I imagine, yes. being Kirk.
Yeah.
In his own quarters, Spock, already suspicious of the landing partners, queries the computer about the classified research being conducted in engineering.
He does. And
decides to confront Kirk again.
Well, he asks the computer, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And also... It's classified. But also Chekhov is checking him out. No, Sulu is actually checking on him because he actually puts a call down and says, "What are you doing exactly? None of your business, mate. I'm in charge, sort of, even though the captain is." And then he reveals as well, he knows his orders to kill Kirk as well.
Isn't there a bit where he goes, I would leave it. Some of my mates are Vulcans.
Yes, at which point he looks a bit like, I better not do that.
They're badasses.
Yeah.
Shit, they've got beards.
They've got logic.
Logic and beard. They're a fatal combination. On the bridge, Uhura distracts Security Chief Sulu with her hypnotic navel.
Oh, that's right. She's trying to distract him through some button flashing.
Oh, it's because they're doing something in engineering. And if they do that, one of the buttons on his desk will go bleep, bleep, bleep.
But as I say, when you look at the buttons, you would have no idea which one he's doing.
You don't work there. He does.
Okay, I don't work
You're
on
not. That's
the
why.
ISS Enterprise.
That's why you never made it to security chief on the Enterprise.
But it turns out she teases him anyway. Yeah. And he's like, oh yes, finally, she's attracted to my evilness and my scar.
My very fake-looking scar.
Yes, which I swear,
finally done the.
Which I swear moves around his face during the episode.
Yeah. So he doesn't notice the red light flicker on his security board.
Also, as well, let's not forget. So Scotty's also talking to Kirk at this point, saying you've only got 30 minutes. There's
30 minutes.
There's a deadline. But
why is there a deadline?
Well, it's because of the way the.
Was it the ion storm?
Yeah,
I'm going to assume it was the ion storm.
But Kirk kind of decides he's going to make love to this woman.
Yeah.
Within those 30 minutes.
I'm gonna need more than 30 minutes.
I've got time.
He's not gonna need more than 30 minutes.
No.
So Spock intercepts Kirk in the transporter room and leads him at phaser point to sickbay, where Scott, McCoy, and Uhura are all waiting.
Yes.
A fight ensues, during which Spock clearly turns into another man before being knocked out by Kirk with a papier-mâché vase.
Well, actually, it's Uhura that does that.
Oh, right, you're right.
Yeah, she gives him a whack around the head. But like you say, in this scene as well, it's almost like the original actors have been replaced from another universe with some not convincing stuntmen.
Nothing like.
And then every now and again, you get the faraway shots for the action, and then you get the close-ups of what's happening, and then the faraway shots. It's brilliant. It is brilliant.
It's good. The fact that the guy playing Jim Kirk has actual hair.
Yes. And the Vulcan, I mean, the job they do on obviously the makeup budget.
No one will notice this.
Yeah.
No one will notice it. If he puts some Spock ears on someone who's nothing like Spock, there's idiots at home will never see this. They've only got 15 minutes now to get back to their own
That's
universe.
not a lot of time to make love to a few women.
She's not getting much.
No.
McCoy insists Spock could die if untreated.
Yes.
Apparently Vulcans are extremely susceptible to composite textiles.
Yes. So Sulu arrives at this point with his henchmen.
That's right.
In red.
Lots of henchmen.
Yeah, a lot of henchmen.
Yeah. What happens to those henchmen, do you know?
Well, after he's described his evil plan, which is largely promotion based, a convoluted series of, well, because he's on the bed, he's dead, Vulcan's dead anyway, and I was going to have to kill Kirk, so anyway, he got to that point. And then, luckily, for the lads and Uhura, the lady back in the room has been watching.
She has been
Mariana, or whatever her name is. Marlena. She turns on the tantalizer field.
Oh, Tantalus field.
Tantalus field. I keep getting it wrong.
Yeah.
And
you've got sex toys in your head, figuratively speaking. That would be weird.
I'm glad to clarify that. Thank you. And she turns the field on as well, and then she just evaporates two of the henchmen, leaving Sulu, weirdly enough. Again, contractually speaking, they can't get rid of him.
Could have killed him. Didn't go with that on this occasion. Anyway, Kirk disables Sulu with his Venusian karate.
Yes.
Uhura, Kirk, and Scotty, realising they've now only got 10 minutes left.
Yeah.
Do big legs over to the old transporter room.
Well, they've left McCoy behind.
Behind. They leave McCoy to follow after he's mended Spock's head. But Spock suddenly awakens and, surprised that they spared his life, forces McCoy into a Vulcan mind meld.
It does.
That's got to be like the Vulcan rape, hasn't it?
It is, yeah. My mind to your mind.
I haven't agreed to this.
No.
You can't do that.
There's definitely data protection rules here.
No. That's not good, is it?
But he also learns as well about the fact they are actually telling the truth about a parallel universe as well.
Does it plant the seed in his evil head that things could be better?
They could be much better and less beardy.
Yeah. I'm going to go and shave my beard off.
Yeah.
When Spock discovers that the unlikely pretext that the show is based on, he decides he must help.
You're listening to Hello Shite, beating culture down with a slightly shitty stick.
Kirk, Scotty and Uhura reach the transporter room to find the captain's lady there. She asks Kirk to take her with them. But Kirk, that's right.
Because it's all been calibrated for 4 people.
Yeah. Which sounds like bullshit, because no one's ever mentioned that previously.
No, I don't remember Scotty saying...
it's not you, love. It's me. Did I get your number wrong?
I never heard Scotty go...
no, it's fine. She can come with us. No problem.
It's got to be within 10 minutes, and it can only do 4 people exactly.
No, it's good. It's good. Clearly realising she's been cruelly dumped by a coward, she then points a phaser at Kirk. Uhura slaps her down. Nice.
Yes. Oh, there's a bitch fight.
You get some naval action.
You do, yeah.
Nice. Scotty discovers power to the transporter has been cut and says the controls can only be reset manually, meaning that one of them will have to stay behind.
Yeah. He's quick to volunteer, to be fair.
I think Kirk would be like, fine, I'll do that.
I'll take the nice brunette.
Well, if I have to be a hero again.
And as we learn at the end as well, Marlena also exists in the other universe as well. You can have 2 of them at one time.
Spoilers, mate. Spoilers.
Well, that's surely it's Kirk's dream. It's like twins.
He'd only be interested in the evil one. He wouldn't be interested in the other one.
That's true, yeah, that's true.
Spock arrives with McCoy and announces that he will operate the controls.
Yeah,
and instead of just legging it,
Yeah.
going, cheers mate, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Kirk then spends some time lecturing Spock on the folly of his ways.
Yeah.
And the fact that the Empire is illogical and doomed to self-destruct.
I like that. He's used logic against him
Yeah.
to prove a point.
You would think you just go, cheers mate, thanks
Yeah.
for that, it's really kind of you. Can we go now?
Yeah.
Doesn't do that. Alright, well let me tit about as though this is a courtroom and I'm the big man.
Isn't Scotty as well going?
Yeah, can you just go? Because we've got 3 minutes.
Yeah, Scotty's like warning the time down here, isn't he? Yeah. And Kirk's still got to make love to another woman before he gets to the pad.
I got to slap another woman at school with an alien chick.
Yeah, yeah.
Spock agrees, but reminds him of the necessity of power. To which Kirk does 2 slightly odd things. He says to Spock that if it's power he wants, there's an all-powerful murdering machine in his bedroom that he can use.
You could do anything with this as well, apparently.
Yeah, and then to sweeten the deal, basically gives him his woman.
See, I didn't understand this bit.
That does seem odd, doesn't it?
So,
this is good Kirk, remember?
So good Kirk's telling bad Spock there is a machine in the room that can do anything.
You can kill everyone you want.
Yeah.
And here's a woman, by the way, to sweeten the deal.
But evil Kirk will come back
Yeah.
and find Spock in his room
Yeah.
on his machine.
Oi, mate, you doing all my shit?
Yeah, exactly. So he's going to have to be really quick about this if you think about it.
Well, in fairness, this is one of the problems I have with this show. They're only going back because they're on the transporter pad.
Yeah.
Evil Kirk, her bones.
Yeah.
They're still stuck in the brig. How are they getting home?
Well, that's a very good point, actually.
No one-
Where have they gone?
It's not like this is happening.
They just disappear conveniently.
Well, I don't know what's happening there. But anyway,
Yeah,
presumably they're coming back.
Yeah. Oh, but there must have been... Well, let's not forget, the exact moment had to happen where they switched universes. So presumably at some stage they decided exactly that moment to put them back on the pad in the good universe.
Presumably.
Yes.
For some reason.
Bit of a stretch.
Yeah, no. Doesn't really make sense.
No.
Kirk, McCoy, Scott and her have been back to their own reality and presumably, though it's not really shown or explained how it might happen, switch back with their counterparts.
Yeah.
Presumably their clothes that, as we know, when you go into a parallel universe, you get the other person's clothing.
Yeah, well, wouldn't it be handy as well to... I mean, presumably they didn't go back to have a body double just for organ purposes at some stage.
That'd be pretty good, wouldn't it?
You know, I mean...
Really good.
Yeah, I mean, Kirk would probably...
It'd be better than having like some dad that you like.
Exactly,
You just go to an evil universe. And...
Exactly. Get what you need and come back.
Yeah.
Presumably Kirk as well would love being... looking at himself.
Yeah.
As well. He'd probably kiss himself. He'd probably make love to himself.
Well, he's done worse. Let's face it.
Yeah.
That's worse every week. So they certainly go back and get their uniforms back, and weirdly Spock is still in the transporter room.
Yeah.
So maybe he's been sending the other team
But
off.
his beard has been transported back to the other
Yeah,
universe.
that's right. Apparently waiting for them. Maybe he's just been sitting there in lonely vigil.
Yeah.
Waiting for their return.
Waiting for Kirk to come back.
Kirk.
Yeah.
Like the faithful, beardless old lapdog he is.
Yes.
Oh.
So anyway, they're back in the good universe.
They're back in.
Everything's fine.
I'm not sure it's good universe. It's our universe.
Oh, our universe. Yeah. Everything's back and everything's back to normal.
Back on the bridge, Dr. McCoy takes classic Dr. McCoy. He's a wag, isn't he? Just takes the piss out of Spock for having a beard that he's never had.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, you wag, you.
But Spock gets him back though.
Yeah, that certainly does.
Yeah. I actually preferred them.
Yeah, those people were less like pricks than you guys
Yeah.
are. Smokes a fag, throws it on the floor, fucks off.
They were really good fun. We had a few good nights out, you know.
Mate, they were much better than you idiots. So, yeah. He's not a natural comedian's old bones. Oh yeah, but he had a beard. You dick, you had a beard. Right, didn't I?
And Kirk has to explain as well. I think he's just insulted us. You know.
Yeah.
Well, presumably he's off to the agony booth because of that.
Kirk asks Spock how he worked out what was going on with the evil versions of themselves so quickly, and Spock responds that it's easier for a civilized man to exist in a debased reality than it is for debased men to exist in a civilized society.
I think he's right.
Yeah, long pause as the humans murmur amongst themselves with that one.
Yes.
Yeah,
he's probably right. Yeah.
Anyway, about my job. Oh, anyone see the ball game last night? Finally, as Kirk kicks back in his big captain's chair, he is approached by his own universe's version of Lieutenant Marlena Monroe.
Yes.
A recent transfer to the Enterprise with a report for his signature.
I presume this. So this is she puts the Etch-a-Sketch pad in front of him.
That's right.
I presume it's a naked picture of herself.
I would assume so. She looks like she's wilting under the weight of her own hair.
She is a bit, isn't she? Yeah. So Kirk signs the orders.
Yeah.
And then I think.
What sort of face is he pulling? It's not good, is it?
Yeah, he's kind of like, oh yes, rumpy bumpy. She's here in this universe.
I would describe that as a leer.
Yeah. He definitely had that look as if to say, I've smashed that in another universe, I'm going to smash it here as well.
I love the fact that you know what that look is.
Yes!
I smashed that in another universe. Brilliant.
And then Spock looks at him and says, Captain, what's wrong? You seem very, uncomfortable. You can almost see Kirk trying to get out of his chair to follow her.
As she turns and stalks unhappily away, Kirk turns to Spock and says that he reckons they could become friends.
Yeah.
Which is presumably the 24th century equivalent of nudging Spock and going, I would, mate. I would.
I've had that.
Spork. Spork?
Spork.
Oh. Is there a character called Spork?
Yeah.
Spock is, of course, appalled.
Yes.
E.O. Higgins and Mark Green, occupying some space.
Well, thank you very much for listening. That was obviously an excellent episode, I imagine. So thank you. And if you would like to get in touch, please do. We obviously want to hear from you because you're lovely and charming. And you can get in touch with us via the Facebooks, we're there, or on Twitter, or you can get in touch with us via the emails if you're that kind of person, at hello_shite.com. What's that, Mark?
I'm picking up an anomaly.
Well, stop picking at it. That's disgusting.
I've adjusted for the phase variance, taken power from the engines, and basically, it was the low screen washer warning, mate.
That's
the evil facial hair warning. Turns out 10 parsecs off the starboard bow and closing.
Right. And does that mean I have to turn off my laptop and put my cigarette out or something?
3 parsecs in closing. Brace for impact.
Oh, shit, my wine!
Are you okay, mate? You've spilt red wine on your nice white sweatshirt.
Oh, you're right. I'm in great danger. Mark, what's going on, mate? Why have you just appeared in the corner of the room wearing a gold boob tube with Jeremy from the airport? And also, on an unrelated note, isn't this approximately what happened at the end of the last episode?
Mate, that's not Jeremy from the airport. That's you with a goatee beard. To be fair, it looks quite good. You look kind of evil and yet more handsome.
It makes me look a little bit like I should be heading up a recruitment consultancy in Reading in the 1990s. Hang on, have my ears always been that pointy?
Mate, your evil counterpart is pointing a phaser at you. Use your Vulcan death pinch on him.
Mark, we've been through this. I don't know the Vulcan death pinch. I might be able to get him a pretty nasty stink palm though. Oi! Fu Manchu! Stick this!
Evil Ed, you traitorous pig. I'll hang you up by your Vulcan ears.
Alright, fella. There's no need to resort to racism now, is there?
Not on my ship. Activating the self-destruct.
Shite.